It's the Big Hearted campaign. Is that right?
Yes,
Is
it
that what we're
is.
calling it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just making sure I don't
Yeah.
get that wrong.
Big
So there's
hearts.
gonna, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe you can tell us a little bit about that and like where any donations are going.
Yeah, this is an exciting fundraiser for us because it's a peer-to-peer fundraiser, which means anybody can be involved. You can create your own fundraising page if you wish. You can share links. You can go in Penn's link and just donate through his
Yeah. I'm gonna have my
link.
page up through December 3rd, just a reminder for everybody.
Yes, so it's a wonderful opportunity. Any amount counts. It's not really about how much one donates, but it's any amount that can
Right.
really help and support the work, because at the end of the day, it is through financial support that we're able to do the work that we do. So we hope that all the fans that I see that are expressing their love to you and anybody else who's going to hear this conversation later on will participate and really be moved from what we do,
Mm.
so to donate. But yes, Big Hearted campaign is going to go on until December 3rd, and there is links also available on our website at tahare.org.
Yeah, and I would say people should really go to that website because it'll help open your eyes to how this is like we're all organic with our world. We're all organic with our environment. You know, the way we think, the way we act, the way we speak, it does affect in some way, you know, the society we live in. And so I think like when we're thinking about these issues, they're big and they're out there, but they're also they really are like if you open your eyes and perceive, they're around you. There are people, you know, if you yourself aren't suffering this way, there are people around you suffering this way, and they very well, you know, could be in like have immigrant status and all that stuff. So I think uh, I'm gonna have that. The link is actually not yet up in my bio. I just realized that, but I will right after this. I'm gonna put that link up, and people can go there and learn. So I think the key is like I would encourage all people to learn. You know, it's not. It's. I mean, donating is really important. Like, please go through, follow through, and do that if you're motivated. Again, no, there's no amount that's too small or too big. It really does go somewhere. Um,
Yeah.
but read this their site as well, tahare.org. It's there's a lot to be learned. I've done this in the past. Back when Laylee was doing it, she would like she had this whole kind of rundown of like, you know, $25 does this, $100 does that. And these were for these galas that where we were asking people with a lot of money to help
Yeah.
out in this way. But like, can you just tell us like there are these there's a very small in my memory there's like a very small amount can actually do something, you know what I
Of
mean? It's like
course.
and if we get a bunch of people donating all at once, I mean it's like, you know what I mean? So can you just go through a few of those entry level kind of like, you know what I mean, like the
I do
things
know what you
that
mean.
can be,
I
yeah.
Yeah, I do know what you mean, but you are catching me off guard because I don't have those figure in
Oh,
front of
I'm
me. But
sorry.
no, not at all. See, not at all, because I can share with you. I can totally share with you that even the smallest amount, for example, even a $25 donation allows us to be able to transport a client or to offer transportation services to a client that may go not necessarily to court, right, but may go to a clinic or may need to go to the grocery store or may go to an appointment, right? That is not necessarily only a legal need or a social services need in the way we think about it. The biggest amount I think that I know it intimidates a lot of people, which is the $5,000, right? But if we break that down, right? If we break that down by 50 or 100 people donating, and if we have $10 donations, you know, and reach 5,000. 5,000, for example, allows us to represent clients from start to finish in their legal matters. So that is the
Mm.
most, you know, in like large number, but we don't need to think about it in that way, right?
Yeah,
Because
it's just
again,
whatever. I
exactly.
think the point is if you're motivated, if you're inspired to contribute to the betterment of the world, which I think everybody has that in some form, then
Yeah.
this is a way because I do believe, I think you probably believe this too, Anusha, like when you make a step to help and to serve, you're actually your heart you get a reward, you know, you have like an emotional reward, an intellectual reward. And it just motivates you to think more critically about how you can do it, like with more and more consistency in your life, you know. Um,
100%.
so I
Yeah.
just, right, it's just like one drop in this bucket gets you more ready to, I don't know, just keep doing it. So we're really, you know, we're raising money for this cause, and we're also just encouraging people to think more about you know
Yeah,
how they can contribute in every way. Um,
for sure.
and and so this is something that you know, I'm always trying to thread this needle of portraying a person like Joe Goldberg, which so many people, it's why I have a lot of followers, and it's why maybe a lot of people are here today. I think it's really significant. You know, people might put something sort of tongue in cheek in the comments, like, you know, kidnap me, put me in a cage, and this sort of thing. I just want to say that for anybody who's watched the show and enjoyed the show, I really encourage you to do that. I mean, look, I keep making it, so it's on me, right? But when I met Vilma Carrillo, and she was being detained for reasons that I'm going to go ahead. I mean, I don't know that I'm going to go ahead and say are unconstitutional. While she was separated from her daughter, who was a U.S. citizen, before they were reunited, while she was alone and scared in this facility, I went to meet her with a translator and another woman who who works with the Tahrir Justice Center, Shana Tabak. And
Mm.
it dawned on me that this person I was speaking to, this was between seasons 1 and 2 when I did this, when I went to Georgia. Vilma was behind a 3/4 inch plexiglass. Now we do currently live in a world where I can portray a man on television who puts people in a plexiglass cage, and we think of it as a fantasy, and we watch it as entertainment. And meanwhile, the reality is that there are people who live in conditions like this and who suffer this experience, at least for a period of time. And the reason I bring this up is because it's I think it's important to think about these themes at a deeper level. You know, I'm sort of always inviting people to do that, and it's not to say don't watch or enjoy the show, but to recognize that, you know, we live in a world that has some really challenging dualities to it. You know, that I can have my lived experience and Vilma can have hers. And you know, we actually still never met in person without that layer of plexiglass between us. And to me, there's something that's very poignant and eerie about that. And again, the reason I bring it up is because every now and then I see in the comments people saying something
Hmm.
you know, less than elevated. So I'm just offering that. Uh, uh, but I really do thank everybody today for joining. I don't want to take up too much of anybody else's time, let alone yours and Nushay's. So let's remind people we're initiating today through December 3rd the Big Hearted campaign. If there's anything today that you heard that made your heart swell, or maybe if what I shared at the end there made your heart kind of heavy, I apologize. But you know, this is the work that the Tahrir Justice Center does, and which I'm trying to amplify. So if you wait a minute after I get off of
I think I lost you for a second. Can you hear me? Yep.
you
Yeah.
know what just happened? My limit went off. I have a half-hour limit set for social media on my phone. It just it just went off.
That's a
It
good
was like you've
reminder.
reached your
Time to
limit.
get
And I
off.
said, ignore limit for today. Um, So yeah, so I'm gonna go on right after this. I'm gonna set up that link in my bio. Please, everybody, check it out. Go to tahare.org to learn more. And yeah, let's
Thank you. Thank you,
keep
Penn,
doing it.
so much. And thank you for being a continuous supporter of the Tahrir Justice Center, for elevating these issues even through unconventional channels, right? Like the TV show. I think it's
Yeah,
important. It's
yeah,
it's definitely important, and it
yeah.
allows for many to have conversations. So
That's true.
really thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
no,
And
and as I've always said, I mean, honestly, the pleasure is all mine, and I have so much gratitude to you guys as an organization for inviting me into this work. It's just so important, you know. It's so important, especially when I'm doing my Joe thing. So, so
Yeah.
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 I'll
Thank
talk
you.
to you
Thank
soon. And yeah, thanks
Yeah.
everybody for joining and watching.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. I gotta make sure I save this. Everybody's here like, what's he gonna do? He's alone. I just gotta make sure that when I close it, it saves. I've done this before, but it's not. It's been a while. You can just watch me fiddle with my phone for a moment. I'm a little nervous that it's not going to save. Does anybody want to let me know what I do to make sure that it saves? Can you put it in the comments? Somebody's saying, please save it. Can you let me know? Because if I click on X, um, by the way, Taryn, if you're still watching, can you send me the link for the fundraiser that I can put in my bio? If you are still watching, text me. Um, yeah, this is the way that I do it. By the way, everybody's like, man, he does not have his ish together. Can somebody just write in the comment? Just let me know if I close it and I say end now, is it gonna let me save it, or do I have to have done something beforehand? Does that make sense? And somebody said tap download video. Hold on, I'm gonna check my text. You gotta set it automatically to save them. That's interesting. End live, it says save. All right, thank you. Thank you all for coming and listening and hopefully contributing. See y'all soon.